Today is the most depressing day of the year. So what better time for your boy to come back on the YouTube? I am sure I have been dearly missed over the last week or so. As you are mostly aware, if anyone has me on my social medias and in my Discord group, of course, you will have seen that I have had my baby son come into this world. We were delighted to find out that I have a son. We didn't know going into it. And my wife delivered a 10'2" beast of a son who is doing incredibly well. My wife was fantastic. No pain relief, no nothing, just sheer determination. That's how us McVeys do things. And yeah, everything's been great. I took a week off and we've been nurturing him, and yeah, it's just been going great. And his name is Jasper Christopher. Christopher is something means personally to me a lot. It is after my cousin who sadly, tragically passed away not that long ago. So it's a nice sort of memory for him. And I just want to say thank you to everyone, all my subscribers, everybody that supports the channel. Overwhelmed, really, truly, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. The thanks and the messages. Wow, I got more messages from subscribers and friends and family. I don't know if that says that I have no friends or family, or I've got a lot of people on the channel that care a great deal, and I would rather go with the latter. So again, thank you. Did a couple of pre-recorded videos last week just to try and keep a wee bit of something going, but I'm back properly, and we're talking about the most depressing day of the year, Blue Monday. Back in my day, a bit of blue on a Monday used to be a good thing, but not anymore, if you catch my drift. Anyway, Blue Monday, what a great way to pick up your spirits by watching me on YouTube, eh? What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Wholesale. It feels so good to be back, I have to say. And we're gonna just literally say hello, nothing too major. We're gonna have a quick look at the week before. In summary, brutal. As I said, last Saturday I was in here, as you can see here, here's a picture of my Discord. I also had this on my Instagram. My wife was beside me, consolidating before the chaos was to start. And I was doing some stock trading. I was on my Discord members. The baby was born, there's me, the typical Instagram. I could have dressed up if I had knew my wife was going to take these kind of pictures. I didn't, but I was down right now with my son. There is a picture of me with said son. He's doing well, big bruiser. There is my wife afterwards, who is looking marvelous, considering she's just went through that. And there is the little man in question himself, Jasper. Yeah, the family, everyone is delighted with it, but all good things come to an end. I'm back and we have to get talking about stocks. And I'm going to bring out Codal video about all the Malia stuff. I know what's going on out there. We're going to talk about Codal, we're going to talk about Argo, we're going to talk about ABML. We're going to talk about all the long holds over the next few days / week. Bring everything back up to speed. My week last week, in a nutshell, was active enough. I did a bit of trading on the shorting of the NASDAQ S&P. In my Discord, I brought to everyone's attention that we jumped on the lemonade trade. Great, 15%. We jumped on it, not huge beer, but it was a nice little trade in and out. And also I opened up a position in Albertsons. This was a real treat because what happened was, as you can see here, we had this trade open on the 7th. Then I dropped to my Discord members. By the way, you can get access to the Discord, it's all down there. Click the link. You can get access, one-time fee. For your information, at some stage today, I'll be closing this out at least 50% of the position. Looking at the pre-market, I'm on for a close gain of 2% for 2 days trading. So it wasn't a huge win, but that's what we're doing. There was a lot of uncertainty in the markets. Hard to pick any winners, but we found one. And I went on to explain, and I'll share this with you. I sold because of earnings. I'm not a fan of playing earnings, and we're going to look at this in a moment. Prime example why you just don't play earnings. More times than not, in my experience, you will lose. Whether that's a 60-40 or a 70-30 ratio, I don't know. But more times than not, you lose on earnings. There's a sell-off. That's just my experience over the 5-6 years doing this. That's my experience. So I just don't play earnings, or at least take out a good lot on earnings, depending on maybe if you feel it's going to be a good one. So I said, with the market uncertainty, I believe stocks that don't require demand or growth, stuff that are staples, stuff that you need every single friggin' day of your life. It doesn't matter if it's recession and people are skint, no money, they're still gonna have to get these goods. People always need food regardless of what happens. I have also added Coca-Cola and McDonald's to my watch list. I have no interest in these stocks long. I wouldn't wanna invest in these stocks. They're steady risers though, for no doubt about it. McDonald's are always going to be there. People will always go to these places regardless of whatever. They stand the test of time. So if they feel a bit of a pinch, or labor costs are going up or whatever, and they need to adjust, they throw an extra 10p, 10 cents onto a burger, 5 cents onto a Coke, and voila, debts issues sorted. So they're the kind of stocks I'm talking about. I haven't done proper looking into a lot of charts, so I'm not going to pick any picks for the week, but this is my thought process. The Albertsons one though, let's have a quick look at this. Backs up my claim that this is why we don't play earnings, or at least we protect ourselves. We jumped in on it, built a position, got it up. As I said, it was just over 2%. We closed that position out, and then the next day it absolutely tanked. Surprisingly, really hard, 11%. Good earnings, smashed it. They actually increased our outlook for the year ahead. Really surprised by that. I wasn't worried when I read it. I was like, this is a golden opportunity. So what did we do? We phased in money. We bought the dip. And then we wrote it up. We're still in on the trade and I'm currently 8% up. So that's why you don't play earnings. So we closed out a 2% position, 10% pullback. We phase in the money. We get ourselves sort of a 7% odd discount and we write it up. We're back in, buy symbols coming in, and I will be watching and see where this goes carefully. I have increased my holding as well, and that screenshot you see now at about £1,100 in, and now about 3,000 large. And we're going to just ride this and see where it goes. Again, Albertsons is groceries, so I like the fact that they're groceries. You're always going to have to go get your groceries. You know, man's got to eat. Also then within that they have the COVID play, which is what I like. They do the vaccinations. So there was the Walgreens boots, which is another one that I was looking at, but Albertsons read up better. I've actually historically looked back in at the 08 recession. I had a look and see how they performed, and they got like 100% in that year. So yes, I said that word recession, still talking about it. The recession, in my opinion, is coming this year. Can't say when. If I was to say a rough date, I would say probably in the next 6 to 8 months. But it's a while away yet. And last week we had the banks reporting, and that has actually not worked out so well for me because we had a bad enough beef for JP Morgan. They didn't do too well, pulled back about 5-6%. And I've opened up a recent ETF, leveraged ETF on my eTorro account. The reason being, you know, obviously the banking sector, you would imagine, is going to do pretty good going into interest rates. So I've opened up a position, small enough position, phasing it in, doing the usual, but I've only really opened that, then pulling back kind of hurt me a wee bit there, but I'm still going to hold that long. I feel that that's a potential nice little riser over the next 6 to 8 months. And as you can see, I post in the earnings even when I'm got a newborn baby on my arm. I'm still posting this in. So this is what we had last week. As I said, Albertsons, and you can see we had Citi, JP Morgan, all the banks, kind of bad boys there. And then this week, I posted this in today. Obviously Monday being Monday, we're bank holiday, we're closed. Some of the ones that I'm going to keep an eye on this week, and just out of interest, will be the likes of interactive brokers. I'm interested to see how sort of the trading platforms are doing. ASML is another one that I'm going to keep an eye on. I am a big fan of them because semiconductors are obviously huge, sort of 40% gains in the last sort of 6 months on ASML, in and out of it, of course. But that was a good one, and I like the fact that it's European play. You can trade that on the Dutch exchange, which is pretty cool. So I like that as well for a bit of extra exposure. And then we've got some of the airlines, which will be good to see what kind of rebounds. In terms of the FANG stocks, we have Netflix actually reporting on Thursday. That'll be a good one after the close, just to give an idea of how the FANG stocks are going to do. I believe that a recession will result in a minimum of a 15% pullback in the S&P. At best, over the last week or two, I think we were back about 5%, maybe at absolute best. So there's still a long way to go there for me, and I think it could all stem from the FANG stocks. Look at the market caps on these things. These are what are propping up the S&P. You're going, every single stock is red. It's all going down. How's the S&P up? It's because the FANG stocks have been doing well, and I've been talking about Apple on this channel, and you know my thoughts there. And this could be make or break this earnings. I'm not saying it will, or I'm not saying it won't, I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see. And that's this week's earnings. The markets last week had a bit of a turbulent one. It was up and it was down, as you see, big sell-offs. Bit of a clawback, and today is Luther King's Day, so the markets are closed. So look, we're not going to talk no more about it. I just want to say I'm back. That's kind of what I've been doing in the background, and I will do the update videos on all our popular stocks on the channel, and I'll be back harder than ever. If you have liked these videos and you're happy to see me back, you can hit the like button. That does me a good thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Check out all the discount codes and stuff if you're looking to start your journey. I'll be back very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. Yeah. Coincidence. Yeah. Coincidence. Something that happens by chance, I think not.